General Motors. What kind of mill is this?
This is a Frick.
Frick. Your old one is a Lane.
Yeah. You see where that cup is right there?
Yeah.
That's how much water I got the other afternoon.
Oh, rain. Oh.
Yeah. There wasn't a drop in that thing. And I looked at it this morning and I said, Lord have mercy. No wonder it flooded right here.
I was looking on your exhaust. You got a cap on it. All right. Pretty good. So the clutch is on the motor itself. Then you engage that to get the primary.
That's the same way that one is.
Oh, okay. All right. Then these are the primary belt system.
Yeah, that's the belts that pull the mandrel. This is the mandrel.
Yeah.
This is the mandrel.
And that drives your...
That's the Huss frame. That's where you forward and
forward
reverse.
And reverse, yeah. And it drives the main blade. What diameter is the...
54.
54 circular.
I just hadn't put it on yet.
And then your secondary belt system is driving the edger.
Yeah.
pretty good. Do you have foundation underneath these?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've got pillars down in the ground and then cut them off level and then set them on top of them.
I see one board that you're going to need replacing soon. This one that's holding back the chain, boy, it's wobbling like crazy.
Oh, I just got it in there to hold that post where I want it until the dirt sets up. You know?
Oh, okay. Yep.
I put that on there this morning. Hey, my pole come this way from all that rain.
Yeah.
So it took me 2 weeks to build this carriage.
You had to rebuild the lumber?
Yeah, I had to put all new lumber on it. Took me 2 weeks.
That's good. It looks good. Yeah, that's pressure treated. I can tell from
No,
here.
it ain't pressure treated.
That's not?
No, that's all cedar.
Okay.
Red cedar.
Tight grain on it. Tight grain on it.
Cedar don't have no grain. Not really. This one you can do like this.
Oh, sweet. Just a twist of the handle.
Yeah. Got a counter on it. I ain't got to use no yardstick no more, no ruler. You know. This tells you how many inches you've got on how many inches this is from here to there. Tells you how many inches there are on whatever it is you got laying on there. And then this tells you you go from that line to that line, that's 1 inch. I got to move this out of the way. But you go from that line to that line, that's 1 inch. And you go again, that gives you 2 inches. And then this line here, well, let me pull it around. Well, I ain't gonna be able to pull it around far enough. This tells you how many inches of wood you have on the deck. This is if you want to cut 1 inch. This is for if you want to cut something 1 1/4 or 1.5 inches or 2 inches. So if you want to cut a 2-inch piece and you say you're right there, you just pull it, and there you are, 2 inches.
All right.
Or 1 1/4 or 1.5 inches. This is 1.5 inches, this is 1 1/4 inches, and this is 1 inch. So if you want to go 1 1/4 inches, just go like this. You got your 1 1/4 inches. If you want to go 1 inch, go from the 26 to the 25, and you got 1 inch.
Okay. Yeah, a little more sophisticated than your lane.
Oh yeah, my lane is like a Volkswagen. And this is like a Cadillac. This is supposed to be the Cadillac of Sawmills, a Frick. They're made in Pennsylvania. This one's made in '66.
Whew.
This thing will work one man to death sitting it up by himself.
I don't see any grease fittings. How do you grease it?
Oh, it's got grease fittings all over it.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're everywhere.
I kind of figured there'd be a lot, but they must be hiding under piles of grease. Yeah, I see one right over there.
Huh?
I see my first one right there.
Oh yeah, they're all over everywhere.
Yeah. Grease once in the morning, cut all day, right?
No, you don't have to grease this thing, but every once in a while.
Ah.
I have to grease my other one every morning. Because you know it's got Babbitt bearings.
Oh,
This
okay.
one's got sealed bearings.
That one has Babbitt bearings.
Yeah.
Oh. Soft bushings.
Yeah. This one's got well, you can look over there and see them. It's all sealed bearings.
Yeah. What
I
kind?
put my rollers up right there. You know,
Oh yeah.
yeah. When the lumber comes off, I'll be able to roll it out to the end. And I've got to put my piece down there where you set the freshly cut lumber.
Are you gonna put stops on the ends so you don't run the carriage off?
No.
No. Yeah, you had a lot of rain. I could tell the ground is soft here. Woo.
Yeah, man, you ain't never seen like it rain.
There's a piece you had to braze up.
Huh?
There's a piece you had to braze up down
No,
here.
I cut it all off. He had steel mounted on this thing. And I took a chop saw and cut all that steel off.
Ah.
You see how these cross members are all on angles? He had steel welded on this thing, and it was all on it. Some of it was straight, some of it was on angles. And then after I got ready to put it down, I realized there wasn't no way I could set it with all them pieces of steel and the angles and put it together. So I got me a chop saw and cut it all off.
Oh, you mean the angles like that?
No, well, sometimes it was on one of them. It's all over around them trees. It was L angles like that.
Yep.
That sat on top of a timber, and then you put a big lag bolt in it back here.
Yeah.
But this is what it originally came with right there, and that's all it really needs. But that's why those are on angles and not square.
Okay.
Because I had to start measuring from that end, and I had to measure, I had to put everything just right so it would sit right down on there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they're all, some of them are crooked, some of them are straight. Because that stuff was welded on there, you know.
Yep.
I want to saw a log.
Oh, you got a nice pile of cedar over there.
Yeah. I gotta cut me a bunch of 6x6s to put my barn up, put my shed up. I get my saw on and get my pit there ready and get my rollers on. I'm gonna saw the rest of it with this. I've been using that one to saw everything for this.
For this one, yeah.
A whole lot nicer sawmill, isn't it?
Yeah. I can tell the, well, what's the difference in age between the
That's
lane?
1927.
1927, this is 1966. 40 years or so, they made so much more improvements. But you still have the basics.
Yeah. When I build my shed, I'm gonna enforce the top of it right here. I'm gonna have me a big beam across there, and I'm gonna put me an electric winch up there, a 12-volt electric winch to turn these damn logs with. I seen one the other day. You run the cable down, run it around it, and hook it, and then you hit that winch, and it flip that log just as pretty.
Yeah, it'll be a little easier, especially those big ones.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Struggling with those, all those oaks I had. Ooh.
This was a job to rebuild. You see how heavy all that stuff is?
Yeah. Now that's steel. That's not plastic or aluminum.
No.
About the only aluminum I see is the gauge, probably right here.
Yeah.
Nope, no plastic, no wiring, no computers.
Just good old-fashioned ingenuity.
Yeah. So I see Frick on the side of the carriage there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if it's, well, what other piece? It wouldn't be on the engine as General Motors.
Everything's got frick on it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. This is what you call a hot frick. They make aughts, double aughts, 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s, I think. But this is a aught.
Wonder what that stands for.
The size of it.
Well, yeah, I guess, well, what's larger, a 4 or a
I don't know.
0?
I don't know. I've never seen the others, so I don't know.
These belts have seen their better days. They've been out in the sun.
Yeah. He hadn't used it in 5 years,
Yeah.
5 or 6 years, and it's just been sitting there. I mean, they're good belts.
I'd still build the cage in front.
Oh,
front
I'm
end,
going to
like
replace these belts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just ain't got the funds right this minute.
GM diesel power. Detroit diesel.
Two-stroke diesel.
I'd like to know what the torque rating is on that. I don't see it on the plate here.
That's a 471 diesel. 471 Detroit or GM, you know.
Yeah.
It's either a 471 or 453. I've been told both. Some people say they look at, oh, that's a 471. Then I've had other people come and say, no, that's a 453.
It's got a model PTA 11142.
Yeah.
And the serial number, Detroit diesel number 5189514. Manufactured for Detroit diesel engine, clutch. Hard to read everything. Power takeoff, GM diesel power takeoff.
You couldn't even hardly see that motor when I got it. I pressure washed that thing for 3 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it buried in the woods?
Grease.
Ah. Well, that's just preserving it. Should have left the grease on. Oil and grease. Does it have a tank underneath?
Yeah, that's the fuel tank.
Ah, because I see a drain plug here. Okay. Oh, great. Yeah, I see where you can lift it up with a fork right there.
Yeah.
Bleeder or something right there. Is that an old alternator or a generator?
It's an alternator, I reckon.
Yeah, it looks like a big old alternator.
Oh, it is big. I think it's got a bad diode in it. Because I left the battery hooked up, and I come out here Sunday before last to start it, and the battery was dead.
Oh, I got a gauge that clamps around the wires, tells you if you're drawing current.
Yeah.
I can find out if it's drawing from the battery or not.
I disconnect it now.
Oh.
When I get done, I disconnect it. That damn battery, I paid $160 for that thing. I come out here one afternoon to crank it up.
Dang.
That thing is dead at the door now.
That trickle charger, it'll come back.
Yeah, it's done, yeah.
Well, I got a set of wheels under this piece, so this must have been trailer.
Yeah, but
trailer.
they're all dry rotted.
Yeah.
I I seen this thing run about. Billy used to saw on it all the time. I used to go watch him.
Really?
This 15 years ago when I used to go watch him. But he ain't used it. He ain't sawed nothing on it in 7 years.
Mm.
I need to replace that belt.
Yep.
Yeah. It's all dry.
Yep, got a little bit of dry lap to her.
Yeah.
So this is the newest belt you got on it.
Yeah.
There's the old one down there.
You see that little cup right there above GM? Yeah.
It's grease cup or oil cup.
I thought that's what I thought. And I asked Tommy Harris about it this morning. You know what that is?
Breather?
Nope. Back when they first come out with these motors.
Looks like a grease cup to me.
Feel down in there. Feel that needle?
Yeah.
They used to make ether pellets. You drop an ether pellet in there and close the door, and that sends the ether straight into the blower, straight to the pistons, the cylinders, the wall,
Whoa.
and start it up in bad weather.
Hard starting, yeah.
Yeah,
Ether pellet, huh?
that's what goes in there.
No kidding.
I never would have known it. I
No.
thought oil would have went in there, so. 'Cause that's what it looks like when they used to make ether pellets,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where you put them at.
Sure looks like a grease cup. New belt's in there.
Yeah, I got to tighten all them belts. I got to change that. I got to change that hose right there at the bottom.
You got one of those adjustable belts on the alternator.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hose has seen its better days. Primer.
Emergency shut off.
Oh, emergency shut off.
Yeah, that hooks straight to the rack on the inside, fuel rack.
Yeah. Rail.
And when you pull that, it pulls the fuel rack, and shuts the motor off.